We are R.R.E.D and we stand for the rights, regulations, equality and diversity. And the scale in the middle of our logo represents the balance between the employees and the employers. Today we're going to talk to you about zero-hour contracts, and we're going to talk about some of the issues and strategies in which those issues can be prevented. So let's just start with saying what a contract is. A contract is a written statement between an employee and an employer, and it must include things such as working hours. As we know, there has been a rise in zero-hour contracts, and those hours do not have to be stated. There are also different employment statuses, and the way that tribunals look at it is using the three-stage model. They ask themselves, does the person provide their own skill? Does the employer have any control over the employee? And they look at other divisions of the contract, which will give them a better understanding of whether someone's a worker, an employee, or a self-employed.
So the R.R.E.D suggests that over 1 million zero-hour contracts are used in the UK. This therefore suggests a large proportion. When we look at the employers, they suggest that this contract is flexible, it's a stepping stone to permanent employment, they don't have to pay family relative leave, and they have less redundancy costs. When looking at employees, this is where the exploitation lies. So they have more financial risks and rely on payday loans, and they don't get the permanent employment that they're offered at the end of the contract. We're also going to look at the self-employed, so an example is going to be the Uber drivers. So with self-employed, 1 in 10 people who are self-employed, who think they're self-employed, are actually not, they're actually workers. So with Uber drivers, it's the strategy in which they're employed, so interviewing and disciplinary sanctions for poor performance in driving actually suggest that they're not self-employed, they're workers. Workers, as you can see, get minimum wage and holiday pay, whereas the self-employed do not, and this is where the exploitation lies.
Another issue is with zero-hours contract that in practice the workers actually have unlimited options to pick a suitable working time for them, and the uncertainty working schedule from the employers. Also, the fewer working hours that the workers would like to have leads to job insecurity. They experience lack of personal autonomy or lack of control, which disrupted their work-life balance. For example, when they face conflict between family commitment and working responsibility. This results in withdrawal from the work due to stress, which then leads to reducing work performance and overall productivity, and also leads to occupational stress and health problems such as coronary heart disease. This is what the diathesis stress model suggests, how instability leads to vulnerability and results in mental and physical illnesses.
However, there are a number of strategies that can be put in use to prevent this type of issues. An important one is person-job fit, as a way of finding the right individual for the job. This can be achieved by using comprehensive assessment tools to evaluate the ideal attributes that an individual should have for that particular job. Also by building a solid profile to which new candidates should match, and also by assessing their interests and personal as well as organizational values. This approach will then create a baseline of the ideal type of individual required for the job. So we can conclude that although issues can emerge from zero-hours contracts, these can be prevented by adopting strategic recruitment styles that will allow both organizations and individuals to benefit from this type of contracts. Any questions?